You're born. Sort of. You don't scream, you don't wiggle, you don't even know you exist yet. You just kind of slide out onto a tree branch like someone accidentally dropped a sleepy potato wrapped in fuzz. Your mom? She doesn't even blink. She's been hanging from that same branch since who knows when. One arm holding the tree, the other loosely cradling you like a forgotten purse. No cleaning, no cuddling, just enough grip to make sure you don't splatter on the forest floor. And yep, that counts as motherly love in sloth culture. So you cling to her, not out of affection, but pure survival instinct. Fall from this height and congratulations, you're a smoothie. She feeds you, occasionally, and teaches you by doing the single most slothful thing possible. Nothing. No nudging, no guiding, just silence and stillness, from which you're somehow expected to infer how to sloth. Your body barely functions. Your eyes flicker open like half-committed software updates. Your brain is mostly just background noise. You're not crawling, you're dangling. Every motion feels like a philosophical dilemma. Nobody told you were born as one of the slowest living things on Earth. And not like, oh, that's cute, slow. We're talking catastrophic. Trees grow faster than you, slow. Your claws are curved like existential question marks. Your reflexes? A full-blown existential crisis. If someone throws a leaf at you, you'll flinch next week. Your mom sometimes stirs, but it's less movement and more like a polite shrug. Time passes, days, weeks. You don't know. But you start learning the 3 golden rules of slothhood. Don't move, don't make noise, and above all else, don't fall. Eventually, she starts letting go. Literally. At first, she places you a little farther down the branch, like you got this. She watches from a distance as you nearly fall chewing a leaf backwards. No help, no reaction, just one blink. In sloth language, that's encouragement. And then, one day, she's gone. No hug, no speech, no goodbye. She just picks another tree and disappears. You're left staring at an empty branch, blinking, waiting. But she doesn't come back. Welcome to Independence, Sloth Edition. It's simple, it's slow, and somehow it still stings. Days pass, or maybe weeks. You honestly can't tell. Time in the sloth world moves slower than plot twists in a soap opera. The sun rises, the sun sets, and your biggest achievement? You blinked once, maybe scratched your belly. Maybe not. It's hard to remember. Your fur starts turning green, not from envy, but because literal moss starts growing on you. Congratulations, you're now a mobile ecosystem. Mobile in the same way a parked bicycle is mobile. You nap, you chew, you nap again. You've mastered the 6-hour nap cycle. Other animals learn to run, leap, hunt. You learn how to not choke on leaves. Predators still exist. Jaguars, harpy eagles, snakes. But your defense is genius. You are too boring to bother with. You look like a soggy plant clinging to a branch. Even an eagle might stare at you for 5 minutes trying to decide, is this lunch or landscaping? That childhood branch? It's done. Mom's gone, but your predators aren't. They still lurk somewhere out there. And you? You gotta move. Your new goal is clear. Find a tree of your own. But here's the plot twist. The jungle real estate market is brutal. All the decent trees, taken. You try settling on a halfway decent branch, only to get slow blinked off by an older sloth with more moss and more judgment in his eyes than your entire lifespan. Move along, kid. This one's mine. Eventually, you find a tree. It's crooked. It smells like wet socks. It makes strange noises at night, but no one else wants it, so it's yours now. Welcome to adulthood. It's just like childhood, but with more solitude and slightly more fungus. At around 1 year old, you finally got your own tree. It's moldy, squeaky, but it's yours. You nap there, you chew there, you contemplate the meaning of bark texture there. And then, you hear it, a sound. Not a predator, not a branch cracking, but something stranger, a scream. It's not pain, it's not panic, it's romance. Yes, sloths scream to find a mate. It's like a jungle-wide, slow-motion dating app, except instead of swiping, you just wait. And scream. You pause, half a leaf dangling from your mouth. Is that love? Or did someone just stub their claw? Who knows? But curiosity wins, so you scream back. Not elegantly, more like a rusty door hinge with trust issues. The forest goes silent. Somewhere, a bird drops its worm in confusion. Game on. And now, the journey begins. The Great Romantic Trek, TM. You start moving, branch to branch, at the speed of regret. It's less march of passion and more crawl of questionable motivation. 2 days in, you see them. Another sloth, crawling, just as slowly. You lock eyes. Well, one eye. The other is still half closed. You finally meet, face to upside down face. There's no soft music, no slow run through the trees, just two mossy carpets dangling awkwardly from adjacent branches. You stare. They stare. No fireworks, no sparks, just chewing, blinking, chewing again. It's not love at first sight. It's barely eye contact. But somehow there's a vibe, a shared silence, a mutual understanding that neither of you has anywhere better to be. So you hang out, literally. Eventually, something happens. Gravity leans in. A few limbs get tangled. A very slow, very confused attempt at romance begins. You try not to fall asleep halfway through, and just when you think maybe this is going somewhere, it ends. No hugs, no cuddles, just a mutual grunt and a lazy stretch. Your partner starts inching away, one claw at a time, vanishing into the leaves like they've just remembered they left the stove on 3 trees over. You don't say goodbye, too much energy, you just watch them go, blinking slowly. Will you ever meet again? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. Because in the world of sloths, every relationship is temporary, every leaf is eventually gone, and 9 months later, another sloth drops into the world to start this mess all over again. You've survived babyhood, you've screamed for romance, you've claimed a creaky tree, but now it's time for the most dangerous mission of your entire week, going to the bathroom. That's right. Evolution, in its infinite wisdom, decided sloths can't poop from the tree. Nope. You must crawl, painfully, slowly, all the way down. It's like rappelling into a war zone with the speed of spilled glue. It takes hours, not because you're lazy, but because, well, yes, that's part of it. By the time you touch the ground, your claws tremble, you're sweaty, and your brain is whispering, this better be worth it. And here's the best part. Every predator in the jungle also knows what day it is. Jaguars, ocelots, snakes, they're all circling like it's all-you-can-eat Wednesday. You might as well be holding a giant sign that says, easy meal, right here. This is the jungle's buffet, and you're the entree. You awkwardly squat, you look around, you pray. Then, mission complete. And now comes stage 2, boss fight, the climb back. Every branch feels like Mount Everest. Your muscles ache, your moss wiggles. You whisper motivational quotes like, don't die today. You got this, champ. Finally, you reach the top, safe, exhausted, emotionally drained, and all of this for one single poop. Congratulations. You've earned yourself a nap that might last until next Tuesday. You're about 25 years old now. Not that you're counting. Time, in sloth life, is measured in naps, not calendars. The tree you claimed, creaky, crooked, faintly smelling like regret, becomes your world. You know every bump in its bark, every leaf that's slightly less disgusting than the rest. Your fur? It's a moss condo. Moths live in it now. Beetles. One time you think you heard a frog whispering in there, but they don't judge you. They stay. That's companionship in sloth terms. You've survived everything nature threw at you. Predators, parasites, bathroom roulette. You even found your own piece of the jungle, without fighting, without roaring, without moving much. Because owning territory in sloth society doesn't take dominance or aggression. It takes something much rarer, the absolute lack of will to move. But sometimes, just sometimes, another sloth wants the same tree. You're minding your own business, chewing your third disappointing leaf of the afternoon when a shadow stretches across your branch. Another male, big, shaggy, covered in moss. And from the look in his eyes, you know the tension is real. The kind of tension that builds when someone licks the last tolerable leaf in the forest and someone else sees it happen. You both freeze. He blinks. You blink. A silent showdown between 2 mossy yoga mats. And then, nothing. Neither of you has the energy for drama. So he turns around, branch by branch, and vanishes. You win. Maybe. Or maybe he just got bored. Either way, the tree is still yours. Life goes back to its usual rhythm. Chew, nap, survive. And now, for the first time, it actually feels like it's your rhythm. Some days, when the wind rustles just right, you think of her, your mom, how she showed you which branches won't betray you, which leaves won't kill you. And that sacred sloth law, only poop on Wednesdays. Thanks, Mom. Then it happens. One quiet afternoon you feel your grip falter, not from panic, just because it's time. Your claws weaken, your arms say, we've had a good run, and gravity, your oldest frenemy, gently taps you on the shoulder. You slip. Not in fear, not with regret, just slowly. And as the ground rises up to greet you, your final thought isn't about danger or loss. Because in the end, being a sloth wasn't about winning, it was about lasting. And damn it, you lasted. That was a pretty good tree.